attack from Abdullah.
Oh, what a shot! Then it goes to the body.
What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and today we're going to be looking at American top prospect Abdullah Mason.
His corner has seen enough, and we want to see more of Abdullah Mason.
Guys, when we think about the phrase stealing the show, what comes to mind is an opportunity, a moment in a boxer's career in which they weren't the marquee in the lights, but they stole the opportunity to become the talk of the town. And what I'm talking about is this past weekend in Newark, New Jersey, and nothing against Keyshawn Davis, O'Shaquie Foster. We know about the decision that happened with him and Robson Conceição, controversial nonetheless, and also Shakur Stevenson. But it was none of the three that has people talking days after the event. It's all about 20-year-old Northeast Ohio phenom Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason comes from Cleveland, Ohio, and he's trying to become another world champion hailing from that part of the world, joining the list of names such as Greg Richardson, Hank Arroyo, Jeff Lampkin, Ray Booba Mancini, Kelly Pavlik, and Sean Porter, to name a few. Like I said, Mason is only 20 years old, and he already signed 2 days after his last victory over Luis LeBron, in which he finished LeBron in spectacular fashion. News just broke this morning that he is going to be on the undercard of the fight up in Canada, a headline between Christian Mabili and Sergey Derevyanchenko. He's going to be taking on a fighter who has a career record of 17-2. Guys, at 20 years old, Abdullah Mason doesn't have that extensive of an amateur career either. His first amateur fight was in 2017 when he was 13 years old. He had less than 30 fights, and now as a professional, only turning pro in 2021, he's fighting like the house is burning down, with already 14 total fights and his 15th coming up in August. He has a career record of 14-0 with 12 knockouts. Let's take a closer look at who this hot prospect is. Guys, Abdullah Mason is undefeated. He's currently ranked 19th in the world out of 2,304 lightweights. That's 135 pounds, and he's currently ranked number 8 in the United States out of 292. He is undefeated at 14-0. 12 of those wins are by knockouts, and he carries into the ring an 86% knockout to win ratio. In his 14 fights, he only has 40 total rounds. Not many of his bouts make it to the final scorecards, and he's yet to fight a 10-round bout, working his way up from 4 to 6 to 8. His fight this coming August against Quintana will be his 4th 8th round bout. The American is a southpaw standing at 5'9" with a 74-inch reach, and he hails from Cleveland, Ohio. This August, he's taking on Agustin Quintana, who is 19-2. He last fought this weekend against Luis LeBron, who was 20-5, knockout in the 3rd. Ronald Ron was 14-5, knockout in the 4th. Benjamin Gurman, 8-0, knockout in the 2nd. Jose Cardenas, 7-1, knockout in the 2nd. Cesar Villarraga, 10-7, UD in the 6th. Alex De La Vera, 20-4, knockout in the 2nd. In the fights leading up before that, he had 8 of them, all wins, 7 of them by knockout. At 135 pounds, standing at 5'9", and a southpaw, his frame is perfect for the division. We know he's only 20, so only time will tell to see how he fills out and how he grows into his body. One day moving up to either 40 or 47, as lightweights often do. He has pop in his hands, and he fights viciously. At this stage in his career, he is a fan and spectacles dream. People are already talking about positioning him in bigger fights, but I want to mention this before we move on, is that I'm not doing this video to jump to conclusions or even talk about future world champions. This is specifically a video about a top prospect, and I think at this stage in a prospect's career, it's very important that his team and the people around him move him up the ranks responsibly. And it sounds to me and it looks to me that he is in good hands. All of his brothers box. They all train together, forming very tight bonds with his friends, family, coaches, and teammates in Northeast Ohio. He is in a murderer's row division, which also makes it exciting for potential matchups we could only dream in the future. Just to remind you guys, at 135 pounds, the champions are Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Denis Berinchyk, Lomachenko. The idea of possible matchups in the future are very exciting at 135 pounds for Mason. Some of the other names that he might match up a little bit closer in this timeline would be guys such as Edwin De Los Santos, Keyshawn Davis, Emmanuel Navarrete, Frank Martin. The 20-year-old has some time to grow and build, but like I said, that division is stacked, and it's exciting to see another prospect come through the ranks and look to stake his claim at the top of the division. You can catch him in action this August on the undercard of Christian Mabili and Sergey Derevchenko.
From the beginning, Tess. But this is great stuff. This is supposed to be one of the toughest fights of this young man.